They did all of this to Mr. Simmons because he refused to give up his land. If you don't know, now you know. Okay. If that's not Black excellence, I don't even know what to say. What it is, what it ain't, it's your girl AMBREALERTT, and I am back with another video. In today's video, we are getting into another Black Excellence Untold. We're going to take this back. We're going to take it back all the way to the 1940s with this one, and we're going to be discussing a man named Reverend Issac Simmons, okay? Reverend Issac Simmons had over 270 acres of land, all to himself, passed down through his family. So he was a farmer, and he also was, you know, doing all the land work with his family and his grandkids, and he grew and sold crops and lumber, okay? Before we get into what's going on with Reverend Issac Simmons, I would love for you guys to subscribe to this channel. I do a lot of Black Excellence Untold stories on this channel as well. It's just very interesting to me. There's a lot of hidden talent and hidden excellence within Black culture, and I'm just here to spread the love and spread the knowledge, you know. A lot of these stories I have looked up via articles, and they will be linked below, so nothing is like, you know, top of the dome, but I am, you know, putting my own little twist on everything that I read in the article and giving you guys my opinion. So, you know, it's coming straight from me. You'll hear my opinion. Everybody's opinion is different, but I do welcome all opinions over here as long as it's not disrespectful. You feel me? So with that being said, let's get into the video. If you guys are ready, make sure you like, comment down below, and subscribe to this channel. We're almost at 400 subscribers. All we need is a couple more people that's down and loyal and interested in topics that I discuss, okay? So let's just share this video, share the wealth, share the Black excellence with people that you know, so that we can get this channel further beyond 400 subscribers. Let's go up. It's almost the end of the year. I can go on, but we're gonna go on with the video, okay? You already know I got my coffee. I got hot coffee today. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get into it, all right? Okay, so like I was telling you guys before, Mr. Simmons was a reverend, and he was a farmer, and he sold crops and lumber to people in the neighborhood, and he was from Amite County, Mississippi, so that's where his land was. This land was passed down through his family. His family had this land since 1887, okay? As we get further into the story, there were rumors that there was oil nearby, and specifically nearby in the town of Amite, Mississippi. But even more specific than that, there was rumors that there was oil on Mr. Issac Simmons' land. We all know that Mississippi is a very historically racist state. So, you know, when white people heard about this oil, they wanted to do their own investigation. Originally, 6 white men came to Mr. Simmons' land and asked him to stop selling lumber, and they also said that they wanted his land, and they offered to pay him money for it, and he said no. He refused. And, you know, it got a little threatening after that. They started to threaten him on the spot. So once the men did eventually leave, he did something very smart. A lot of people would think to do this, but he did it. And back then, that probably was unheard of for like a black man to like contact a lawyer, but that's what he did. Contacted a lawyer, and he made sure that in case anything would happen, his children was going to be heirs to his land. And he had 3 kids. He had 2 girls, and he had 1 boy. And the girls were Emma and Lee, and then the boy's name was Eldridge. And they were like older, a little bit older in age. After the 6 men came, then a couple of weeks later, 3 men came to his home. And they asked to speak to the son, Eldridge. They drove the son, Eldridge, like a mile away from the land, and they started to beat him up. And then they came back to the land and took Mr. Simmons from his land, like literally drug him out of his house. They proceeded to beat him. They also shot him 3 times. They lynched him, and then they cut his tongue out. Well, they did all of this to Mr. Simmons because he refused to give up his land. And it's his land, you know, he shouldn't have had to be forced to get rid of it, you know what I'm saying? So they murdered Mr. Simmons in cold blood, all because he was a black man in Mississippi that owned his land. So moving forward, the men were actually found. Men were, of course, there was some sort of trial, but only one of the men were prosecuted for the crime. The, you know, kids, or the children of Simmons, they were afraid of, you know, pointing out all the people that were involved because they didn't want more violence to happen. So they didn't really say anything, and I don't blame them, especially because of how it used to be in Mississippi. Like, a lot of black people were getting lynched, especially because that's like the deep South. Mississippi's roots are basically very, very racist. So I don't really blame them for saying anything, because of the amount of pressure that is, and the fear, you know, that is. That some of them did have kids as well, so I can understand them not saying anything. But only one of them were prosecuted, and it was, of course, an all-white jury, and they dismissed the case because they said there was a lack of evidence. On top of that, Reverend Simmons was only one of 14 black men that had got lynched and murdered between 1865 and 1950. Some men came back to the land after the trial, and they demanded that, you know, Eldridge give up the land because they knew that, you know, it was, since his father was murdered, that it was his land now. They broke into their home and destroyed it and told them they only had like a week to leave their house and move away. And they actually took Eldridge and put him in jail for no reason. And he was in jail for, I believe, about a week. And then once he got out, him and his whole family, they ended up moving. And the white men, they took over Mr. Simmons's land. And come to find out, the men did not only want the land, but they wanted Mr. Simmons's secret elixir. And what I mean by that is that Mr. Simmons not only was a reverend, not only was a farmer, you know what I'm saying, and a sharecropper, but he also was medicinal. So he made medicines, and one of his most famous medicines, like in the neighborhood, he helped cure livestock. So he was making medicine to help cure animals of diseases, which was very important back in the time before the, you know, Industrial Revolution. And, you know, Industrial Revolution basically is the moving from like farm life to like city life, and, you know, machinery and such, which, so, you know, farm life was very, very essential back in the early 1900s. That's how a lot of people were making money and surviving, and just period, because you could grow your own food. Even if you weren't selling it, you could grow your own food. Like, everybody needs food and vegetables, so that was like a bomb way to like get money back in the day. So he was making medicine to help cure animals of diseases so they could live longer and help produce more food and more nutrients and all of that. So they wanted his secret medicine, and he did not give it up, and he didn't want to give it up. So it's just a shame. It's a shame. It kind of makes me feel like, you know, it seems like the more successful as we get as black people, the more threatened other people get. Or it's like the more things that we become so good at, the more like complex it gets, or the more like, and that's for anybody, you know, the more that you do, the more people are gonna hate. But it's like hate is a extreme word. You know what I'm saying? To hate somebody is to kind of admire them in a way. That's the way I think about it. I'm like, you got to like literally like somebody a lot or admire them in some kind of way, to have a passionate hate for them, to want to take them out, to feel like you can't move the way you want to because they're around. Like, it's just too much thought process. So it just bothers me that, he was more than just a farmer, and an amazing grandfather and father to his children and his grandkids. I'm sure he was a good husband, and he spoke the word of God, and he was an entrepreneur as well. So it's just, it just makes me upset that it just feels like people just get threatened. A lot of people are threatened by black people. And it just, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But as I'm wrapping up this video, I do want you guys to get hip to the organization Where Is My Land. They did follow me on Instagram. Shout out to them, which was really exciting. I was talking to the co-founder of the organization, which was amazing, and I just love the work that they do. As soon as I heard about Bruce Beach, I heard about Where's My Land, the organization. Shout out to Kayvon Ward. She's doing amazing things. She was very much so involved in helping the Bruce Beach go back to their original owners and their original descendants of Charles and Willa Bruce. So shout out to her. Like, you're doing amazing, like, for the community. And I also want to say that they are accepting some donations to their organization, and they're really like, they're stepping, like, this organization is stepping in the black community. When I say stepping, I mean stepping with boots, and they're laced up, okay? If you would like to donate to this organization to help them also retrieve missing land from descendants of these families from years ago, decades ago, please click the link in the description box. You can donate as little as $12, or you can donate as much as you like. You can just type in an amount, or you can choose one of the suggested amounts that is on the website. I'm going to donate right now. I'm so excited to do that, because not only do I want to like spread knowledge about black excellence, and talk about people that haven't been talked about, talking about people that we haven't learned about in school. It's so many black people out here that have done amazing things for the culture, and everybody needs their flowers. Everybody deserves love, and everybody just needs the correct justice, and this organization is doing it for me. So make sure that you guys go donate to the organization and use your voice. You know what I'm saying? It takes nothing but a Instagram story, or something as little as that. Tell somebody like, you can do something as little as that. It will go far. This organization will grow, and more people will get the justice that they deserve. And yeah, so I'm going to be saying that in every one of these videos, because I just think that that's really important. And, we got to educate. Education is so important in our community. So if you would like to donate, please click the link in the description box. And I will be coming back with more videos like this, okay? So thank you guys for watching. It's Ombre Alert, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get to 400 subscribers, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Popping, y'all. If y'all like today's video on Reverend Issac Simmons and want to help out a little bit, make sure you click the link below in my description to go on change.org to sign the petition to help get Issac Simmons' land back. Thanks for watching.